Good day and welcome to Foursquare News Updates, bringing you developments and highlights from across the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria. I am Amos Emmanuel.
And I am Damilola Olufemi. Here are the headlines.
Macpherson University matriculates 896 students at its 14th matriculation ceremony.
National Council of Foursquare Men announces 2026 Leadership Summit.
Brother Dile Akoni to minister at ICML 2026.
Children Ministers Summit announced for February at Ajebo Camp.
Pastors' Wives and Ladies Ministers Fellowship announces Lagos Region Thanksgiving.
Switch 5.0 themed Graced Pace Setter announced for May 2026.
Loyalty Month begins across Foursquare churches nationwide.
Foursquare Songota District plans a new church in Ota, Ogun State.
Updates on Platinum Jubilee Church Planting Initiative.
Foursquare prepares for Missions Month in March.
Now the news in details. Macpherson University matriculation. Macpherson University, Sariki Sotai, Ogun State, on Friday, 30th January 2026, matriculated 896 students at its 14th matriculation ceremony, reaffirming its commitment to faith, discipline, and academic excellence as a faith-based institution of the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Francis Igbason, disclosed that the intake comprised 881 undergraduate students admitted through UTME and direct entry, as well as 15 postgraduate students across various academic programs.
I am delighted to announce that a total number of 896 students will be formally matriculated today. This number comprises both undergraduate and postgraduate students. We have 881 undergraduate students, including those admitted via UTME and direct entry.
The ceremony was graced by the General Overseer of the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria, Reverend Dr. Sam Aboyeji, who charged the newly matriculated students to pursue God-driven distinction. He outlined the 5 Ds to distinction, which are desire, diligence, discipline, determination, and divine help. The event concluded with special prayers for the students and the dedication of laptops, musical instruments, and a coaster bus donated by the Parents Consultative Forum.
National Council of Foursquare Men Summit. The National Council of Foursquare Men has announced its National Leadership Summit scheduled for Friday, 13th February 2026 at the National Headquarters Church. The summit, themed Discipling Men, is designed to equip men for spiritual leadership, discipleship, and effective kingdom service.
ICML 2026. Preparations are in top gear for the International Conference for Ministers and Leaders ICML 2026, scheduled to hold from 13th to 16th April 2026 at Foursquare Camp at Ajebo. The conference is themed Operating in the Anointing, with Brother Dile Akoni of Peace House expected to minister alongside the General Overseer, Reverend Dr. Sam Aboyeji, and other ministers within the Foursquare movement.
Children Ministers Summit. The Children Ministers Summit is scheduled to hold from February 26 to 28, 2026 at Foursquare Camp Ajebo. Ministers during the program include the General Overseer, Reverend Dr. Sam Aboyeji, the National Children Ministry Coordinator, Reverend Mrs. Jumoke Odofin, Pastor Chinedu Anamalichi, Evangelist Omolara Ayola, Reverend Peter Ashimi, and other seasoned ministers.
Pastor's Wife and Lady Ministers Thanksgiving. The Pastor's Wives and Lady Ministers Fellowship has announced its Lagos Regional Annual Thanksgiving, scheduled for Thursday, 28 February 2026 at the National Headquarters Church. The Thanksgiving service is themed Overflowing Praise for Our God, with Reverend Dr. Mrs. Olabisi Aboyeji ministering alongside guest minister Reverend Mrs. Bernice Ibidun.
Switch 5.0 announced. The Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria has announced Switch 5.0, themed Graced Pace Setters. Scheduled to hold on Saturday, 2nd May 2026 at the National Headquarters Church, Yaba. The chairman of the planning committee, Reverend Sam O. Salau, has commenced preparations with ministers to be unveiled and registration details to be released soon. Switch remains an interdenominational convergence from ministry, marriage, and marketplace, and an initiative of the General Overseer.
Loyalty Month. Across the nation, Loyalty Month is commenced in all Foursquare churches with the theme Doing Exploit in the Decade of Soaring. Teaching in the first week of the month focused on envisioning greater exploit, while the second week will feature a teaching on applying biblical principles for sustained impact in ministry and life.
Church planting in Otta. As part of the church planting initiative of the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria, Foursquare Songwater District has successfully planted a new assembly known as Foursquare Gospel Church Chapel of Glory in Otta, Ogun State. The church planting and inaugural worship service took place on Sunday, 1st February 2026 at number 28 Okewoye Street, opposite the post office in Otta, Ogun State. The newly planted church is under the leadership of the pioneering pastor, Pastor Amos Akintoye, who has been entrusted with the spiritual oversight and growth of the assembly. The district overseer, Reverend Mrs. Yetunde Shodipo, conducted the inaugural service, stating that the initiative was part of the strategic commitment to spreading the gospel and establishing vibrant worship centers within the district.
Platinum Jubilee Church Planting Update. During the Platinum Jubilee Convention of the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria, the General Overseer, Reverend Dr. Sam Aboyeji, announced the planting of 70 Platinum Jubilee churches, with each church receiving national support.
Providing an update, the Director of All Missions, Reverend Henry Obialo, disclosed that 50 churches have already been planted, while 47 have been officially inaugurated, marking significant progress in the fulfillment of this vision.
Ogun State at 50 Thanksgiving Service. General Overseer of the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria, Reverend Dr. Sam Aboyeji, on Monday, 2nd February 2026, participated in the Ogun State Interfaith Prayer and Thanksgiving Service commemorating 50 years of the creation of Ogun State. The event was held at the invitation of the Executive Governor of Ogun State and brought together religious leaders across the state for a time of prayer and thanksgiving to God for 5 decades of governance, peace, and development. Reverend Dr. Sam Aboyeji officiated at the program, underscoring the role of faith, unity, and moral leadership in the national and state development.
I say congratulations to every true sons and daughters of Ogun State and all those who have found refuge in Ogun State. This is a very special state. As far as we are concerned, this is the state hosting the Ark of God. This is the state hosting the Ark of God. And the man that hosted the Ark of God in the Bible, Obededom, the Lord blessed him. No wonder God is blessing this state.
Missions Month. In other news, the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria is set to observe Missions Month in March. The theme is The Mandate, Our Compassion and Commitment, drawn from Matthew 9:36-38. Missions Month serves as a strategic period for evangelism and church expansion, particularly through initiatives such as One Zone, One Church, emphasizing compassion-driven missions and commitment to reaching unreached communities.
Those are the news we have for you from across the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria.
Thank you for joining us on Foursquare News Updates.
God bless you.
Over to you, Pastor Isaac and Pastor Perfect.